Welcome back to the Call of Duty Championship presented by Xbox. I am Aben, joined by Rel. We've got 2-0 lead here for TK. What's your expectation going into? I guess we have Freight Blitz.
Freight Blitz is going to be the next map, and I've got to say, I've got to edge towards TK on this one because we've just seen them be so dominant in the previous objective game mode. A 38-point lead was what it closed off on the domination on Strike Zone earlier. I've got to say, the Search and Destroy was closer than I expected initially, but again, TK just shone through as the dominant force. So I'm kind of edging towards them. A comfortable win here.
Yeah, this is my bias, just still coming through. You know, I've seen at regionals, a couple games at LAN. I just expect this is one where I've seen Formal drop on one side 37. So he tends to go off with the sub here a little bit, so I would keep an eye out. And just this game type in particular, for TK, they have always looked incredibly strong whenever I've seen them play.
All right, well, let's see what's going on for Formal. That's a very, very early capture there for both of the teams, and Freight Blitz is one of these maps where you're going to see a lot of captures.
Oh, yeah. There were times, I think we had one earlier that was, in the 20 to 15 range, and you'll see that type of stuff all the time because it's just not, once you hit that middle spot, if you have coordinated push, it's short. There's just not far to go, especially when you're running around with 4 subs and get around the map so darn fast.
Yeah, absolutely, and that seems to be the strategy that TK are adapting here. I'm just going to very quickly switch to each one of them, and yes, that is going to be the case. 4 subs, we've got 3 MTARs and a Vector here for Sharp.
Yeah, you will see. Just from the lands that have been going on before this event, after SB did their regionals, it's like the new meta. I mean, you are going to see 4 subs on almost, other than Octane, I mean, pretty much every game type that's been, other than S&D obviously, that's kind of been what switched to. You can just put so much pressure and fly around the map with 4 subs.
Well, Goonjaw is the man of the hour for me. He really shone on that Search and Destroy, so as soon as he spawns up, I'm going to switch onto him and see what he's able to do on this blitz.
Yeah, he had the 1v3 that was just a gigantic play. Picked up another, almost 3 kills from the one, but delayed the time just enough to get that win as well. But we're, 3.5 minutes here? We have, look at this 4-1 lead we have here for the guys of Wild.
They're doing really well, actually, and it's Next doing some heavy objective work with 3 captures to his name. It's actually now 5-1. They've opened up strong here. They've done this before, though. We saw them holding off on the domination initially. Search and Destroy, they had a great start with that sneaky little rush. It's just whether they're going to be able to hold this.
Yeah, I told you. I mean, my predictions all day have been terrible. I keep talking about how, I said TK is their strongest map. They look so good. Not probably going to be a blowout now just because I opened my mouth. But, we'll see. It's early in the game. There's 3 minutes left in this first side. Anything can happen at this point. And you'll see some uncharacteristic scores kind of outside of the TK side as, actually, slang-wise, I mean, they're all pretty much around even, and Formal's at 7-3. So it's not so much a slang thing as it is probably just communication and getting these pushes a little more coordinated.
Absolutely. I mean, we've been seeing Wild Game for quite a while now here on the Blitz, and I've just been nothing but impressed by the way they're handling this. As we say, they do have this 2-point net lead, and they just seem to be continually pushing. I'm just going to very quickly flick through each one, because I want to see if they are all running subs as well, which I believe they are. I'll check Incepts as soon as he spawns up now. And yes, I mean, it's 4 subs against 4 subs.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, you kind of have to have it on this game type. It's just too hard to watch lanes, too hard to get in spots. I mean, you could sit, in white or any other window and just get kill after kill after kill with the AR, but they end up kind of being pointless kills. The number of times I've seen someone run around with an AR and pull like an 18-3 score here and get beat by 10 caps is remarkable. You need the speed.
Well, this is the thing with Blitz Freight. I mean, it's a heavily momentum-based game type. There's just so much pushing, so much aggression, and you can really train the captures together if you can just get some sort of relay going and hold them back at their own spawn.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing you'll see different between teams is, a team like Complexity likes to set up and get those multiple caps, pull off 4 caps in a row, whereas some just fly around the map, get one here, get one there. It's kind of a different style you'll notice among a lot of the top teams.
Here we go, Goonjaw. Oh, he picks up one and just goes straight for the capture. And now we see TK right back in this. 5-5 is the scoreline. Nothing between these teams. One thing I love about this map is the doors. Of course, you can open and close the doors, and it's so important for the defending teams to close the home doors.
Yeah, that was a nice little bait and switch they had going on there. And I think that, they were able to get that cap. So just like that, from 5-1 to 6-5 for TK, 7-5 for TK with a minute left. And like I said, this is one of their stronger game types. They just need to get the ball rolling here, and now it's just kind of the snowball's rolling downhill.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's exactly it. They seem to be slow off the starting blocks, but as soon as they settle into the game, they really show how strong of a team they are and why they are worthy attendees here at the Call of Duty World Championship presented by Xbox.
Yes, and Sharp, oh, I was say, if he's able to pick up that gun, reload, and get the kill, that would have been phenomenal. It's never never a good thing when you see that no ammo flashing as you
No.
have a guy flying at you. But with 25 seconds left, it is 7-5 still, lead for TK. No performances too crazy on that side. Just everyone's in that kind of +1, +2 range. So really everyone getting it done with the TK side.
I love how Gunjar did that. I mean, he could have gone for the kill, but he just went straight for the cap. He's actually lying on his home flag. Of course, if he's sat on there, the enemy team cannot capture it. They would have to kill it.
Yeah, and that's a good play to make with that amount of time left. Just sit there, make sure they don't get a cheap cap with a couple seconds left. But look at that, 5-1 to 9-5.
I was gonna say
that's if my math's correct, that's 8 straight for TK.
Exactly,
and that's pretty dominant.
Yeah, and well, this is just it. It was complete dominance throughout because they went 5-1 down, and we were both a little bit surprised by that, given that we know how strong TK are, particularly on Blitz. But then 8 captures back to back. As we say, this is very heavy momentum-based game type, particularly on Freight. And I think TK are going to take this.
Yeah,
now.
and I can't talk enough about I was one of the guys that was kind of negative about Blitz when it first came out because I'm a CTF guy.
Yeah.
But it's just become, from a commentating standpoint, from a viewership standpoint, it is just so exciting to watch. Especially him flying in there. Is he going to make it? And he is. Good cap there for next. Brings it 10-6, still with that 4-point lead.
Yeah, well, they can certainly bring this back while gaming now. What they've got to be careful of is not trying to counter cap. They need to make sure that if they are getting run over, they just get back to the home base and clear the enemy team out.
Yeah, and that's one of the things you'll see the best Blitz teams do. Like Complexity, for instance, is 100% in Blitz, their regionals. They did not drop a Blitz game. And what you will see from them, there's just so much composure when it comes to defense and rotating back to the base. It's just like every single cap you'll see against them is never easy. There's never someone just flying in without shots. And that's where the top teams separate themselves from the amateurs. It's just really the good solid rotations defensively on this game time.
All right, well, here we go with Inceps now. It looks like a clear route from him, and he's just made that look easy. He's just ran straight in there. 4 points do separate these teams now, and there is still a good chance Wild Gaming can get back into this. Oh, that is very unlucky. If they play like they did at the start of this Blitz game, they could take it.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying they're out of it yet for sure. I mean, just because in spurts they've looked strong. It seems like once they get going, and you can just look at the KDs. Everyone was around +1 for TK. Now you have 19-12, 20-13. It's just they're starting to blow up here. The Slayers are starting to go off, and when TK is on, they are very hard to compete with.
All right, well, let's see what is going on for TK now. And I am watching Theory, who's just pushing around the back here. Does make a
nice
kill.
Kill there for Theory.
I love that. And he's picking up. Is he going to make that kill? No, he's not. He's going to get shut down. But the points have been captured. So 14-8 now the scoreline. So that's actually looking better and better as time goes by for TK.
Hey, yeah, nice pick out by Formal there. That's one thing, I think he, just from watching him, he struggled with in the beginning in his transition from Halo. You don't have to check corners so much in Halo with someone just kind of peeking a corner like that. And it's something I know Ogre 2, when he transitions, to the same thing. You really have to get used to checking every single corner of the map in Call of Duty.
Of course, because you are very, very vulnerable and can get taken down very, very quickly here. Now on board with Sharp, very popular member of the community. As we say, all of these TK players, a lot of fans actually supporting them back home. One of the favorites to actually win this tournament on the whole. But he does get shut down now. Let's see what's going to go on with Formal, who is on that 4-point streak.
Yeah, and Formal here making plays at 25-15, 3 caps. You can see what's nice about TK too. They all can do it all, really. I mean, just look at their caps right now: 4-3-3-4. All the slang's pretty good, except Theory's struggling a little bit. But they really have an excellent team when it comes to everyone being able to fill every role.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's kind of rotating around. So if one player drops, depending on where he died on the map, the other player will just fill into that position.
Yep.
And TK just seem to have that locked down. It's kind of different to what we're seeing on Wild Gaming, where we're pretty much seeing Next do all the objective work.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way. And every time we're hopping to his screen, it's like he's just pushing towards that cap. And unfortunately, sometimes it just seems like he's doing it all by himself. And that's just not going to get it done when playing against these top caliber teams. But we're getting to a minute and a half. It's not going to be too long here until it just becomes mathematically impossible for them to reel off 6 caps, even if they're in a row.
Yep, but they are not giving up without a fight. I'm going to see what's going on with Anticity now. Oh, does get shut down, so we'll stay on board with Brock as he pushes onto top crate, seeing if he can just flank around the back and just produce something from his push. But again, he gets taken out.
Yeah, and that's 3 down now for their squad. And they couldn't get the slaying going. I mean, if you just take a look at the KD of 2 of them at -10, it's just that's not going to get it done. Very rarely do you see a slaying game this lopsided, which they can also win the objective. It just doesn't happen too frequently.
Yeah, despite Nex's 6 captures, which is more than anyone else in the game, including TK, his team has just been not able to replicate that performance. And as a result, they are going to bow out here. I don't think there is enough time as soon as it crosses that 40-second mark. And that is it. Mathematically impossible now. TK are going to take a 3-0 lead.
Yes, they are. And, while we have these couple seconds, since this game is all wrapped up, we can kind of just fill those of you in on sort of on this pool since, we haven't gone over it a while. I'm sure we have some new people hopping in. But basically, TK is 3-0. They've wrapped it up. So what it's going to come down to, it's going to be Wild, who is now 1-1. And Rain, who I believe is also they're 0-1.
I know that Rain haven't won any games yet. But
I think Rain's 0-1 because I believe Lightning Pandas is the only team that's 0-2. So basically, that second spot is going to be between Rain and between Wild Gaming. And Wild, like you saw during this series, they've looked strong in spots. I just don't think they have the firepower to hang with a team like TK.
All right, well, we could potentially be seeing a 3-way tie there. Unlikely given the performances so far that we've seen in this particular pool, but that is a nice convincing lead once again there by TK, and as a result of that, they're going to close out this best of 5 very comfortably with a 3-0 victory.
Yeah, and that's started off again a little slow in some of the games, but when it came down to that second half, a lot of the matches, they really started to take control, and that's what that's what's expected when you're a team that's in the that's number 3 spot, I believe, seeding wise. So
yeah,
strong performance from them. We have a lot of games left to play. I think at least 3-4 more rounds maybe left.
If that,
yeah.
But, I mean, the way TK play, which I absolutely love, it's simply a case of going for the win. So, they don't panic if they're behind. They just play as they know they can, and they know eventually they're going to bring it back if they are down.
Yeah, but, Raul, I tell you what, first time commentating together,
I
enjoyed it.
It's been brilliant.
Yeah, thanks for everyone watching, all the TK fans out there. Your team's looking strong. Don't go anywhere. We got a ton of awesome matches coming. Lots of upsets have already happened, but going to hop to a quick commercial break. Stay tuned.